We have created a function to read in the label for spreadsheet, and here it is here, just to remind us. And we have run this, so I'll run it again. And it's created this list here that we can now use to create valid variable names. So we need to get rid of these invalid characters. So the first thing I'm going to do is define an empty list. This is required because you can't just alter an existing list. Python doesn't allow you to do that. Apparently it's the same thing in other languages such as Java. So I'll just paste my pre-written code that I just copied. There we go. So we have I've defined this length of the label list because that's what we need. You need the length, and then we use the Python len function for that. And then to define our new empty list, which I'm calling label list new, you just have the square brackets here with single quotes times the length of the original list that we created. You may have noticed these warnings symbols. The reason I'm getting that is because I've got PEP8 switched on in Spider. So here it's saying that the blank line contains white space, so we just need to get rid of the white space, and that will actually go away. It's actually quite annoying, to be honest. Oops. So when you hit return again, it's because you're returning from this position. This one here, so it's just warning that label list new is assigned but not used, and it's saying it's got trailing white space. So you need to just click around here somewhere and then backspace until the white space is gone. Again, this is a PEP8 thing with Python. And we have a look and we can see it's just complaining that it's not being used. Okay, next thing we need to do is have a loop. We'll loop through the list. So I'll just grab that from my pre-written code. So now it's complaining about too many blank spaces. Again, that's a PEP8 thing. And there we go, that fixes it. So what we're doing here is we're going to loop through this list here. And within each list, we're going to loop through each character. So what's going to happen is we'll go through, so we'll take the second one, employed space total, and it will go through, and here it is looking for allowable character. So it's checking if there's an allowable character. If it's allowable, then we'll add it, we'll append it to the new list that we're creating. And so this is the list element. So it's the whole thing here like this. That's the list element. That's the X, and then the Y is each character within that list element. And we get in this new list. The thing to be aware is that obviously it's the size of the number of characters within each list element is going to be different, so we have to actually calculate that, and we do that with length underscore element equals to the length of the original label list. So I'll give that a run, and we'll actually print the new label list. So we'll give that a run, and then we'll get our new. Now if we have a look at this new one, so remember we've employed space total, we had a semicolon there, now it's gone. So any invalid characters are now have been eliminated, and we've just kept the characters that are allowable. So the next step is we need to shorten these data item descriptions, as they will exceed 32 characters in length, which is the limit that SAS datasets imposes on column variable names. So the first step that we need to do is to actually split each word within the list element into separate words. So for example, we'll take the employed total. So I want to have employed as one list element, then total, then persons, units, trend and stock. And this is the reason why we retain the spaces, because we can then use a Python split function that will split based on that space. So I'll just grab that from my pre-written code. And paste that in. I'll just tab across it. It matches the indenting. Okay, so that will actually split the words within each list element. And we need to also work out what the length of that of those split words are. So this will be a much bigger list as we separate out each and every word description of the variables. Now I'm going to define a new list. So split words set equal to short words, because we can't overwrite the original list. That's as I mentioned before, is a thing that like Java won't allow you to do that either. It's something to do with stopping the unpredictability in your programming code. So I'll just copy that in. So again, we have to loop through the list. So I'll copy my pre-written list, and I'll give you an explanation of what's going on here. So retain the space, I got to start from this column. Okay, that's better. You see, I'm getting a lot of warnings as a result of PEP 8. So what we have here is we're looping through this bigger list now, and so we had to calculate the length of this list. That's the length list. So that's each element of this bigger list, and we labelled that J. We have to within each list element, we have to calculate the length of the word. So, for example, employed has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 characters. So that gets calculated with this statement here. So I'm using the range statement, as you can see in the previous one, that will work nicely in going through all the list elements. So in the second for loop, I've labelled that K. we have this if statement, if split words JK is in 000 in single quotes and 6 zeros in single quotes, so it's in thousands or millions. I'm saying that short words should retain a length of up to 6 with this statement here. Because if we shorten these unit measures, we're going to find that we won't know the actual magnitude of the number that we're dealing with. So if it's not a 000 or a 60, we have an else statement and we say shorten the word to 2 characters. So for example, in the list here, we're just going to take EM as my first 2 characters are employed, and then TO for the first 2 letters of total, and so on. Okay, so I'll put a print statement in there and we can see what it does. And here we go. This is our new shortened list. So with the employed total persons, we can see it's taken the first 2 characters, EM, TO, PE. It's retained the 000, so otherwise we'll lose our meaning. We've got the first 2 letters of trend, TR, and then the first 2 letters of the data unit type, stock. The video is starting to get a bit long, so I'm going to finish up here. In the next video, we're going to join these characters together to create our valid variable name. If you like what I'm doing, give a thumbs up, and it'll be really great if you would also subscribe to my channel. Thank you.